Allow us to start with a fresh on this episode by bringing you our first spotlight guest for 2017 in person of the high-flying music producer turned performing artist Maleek Berry. Do enjoy.
Last days or so.
Maleek Shoaib, popularly known as Maleek Berry, is a British-born Nigerian record producer and recording artist whose break into the Nigerian music cycle came in 2013 with his collaboration with Wizkid on the track The Matter.
Stand up, get you. My guy no for me, Maleek Berry on this and I'm killing the beat. Fiki DJ put on repeat.
A graduate of computer sciences, Maleek's early contact with music came from listening to classics from Michael Jackson and other rave movers at the time. He took it a notch higher when he created a rap group in his local church. This later inspired his introduction into music production.
When we first started the group, we used to rap over Nas and Jay-Z instrumentals. And obviously the church congregation didn't know it was Nas and Jay-Z. Obviously, you're performing in front of all these uncles and aunties. They don't know, they're just hearing beats, rap beats, and we say it's gospel or whatever. And we decided one day that, we actually need to start making our own music. So that's when I sort of forced myself to get some early music software, Fruit Loops. I started teaching myself how to produce. So I was the one that was pretty much producing most of the music for the group, writing the hooks and everything. And that's how I just fell in love with production.
Hot, champagne, blossom hill, and that bird Sade is going to be there from the other day. Oh, mate. Jules, are you listening?
Fam, she ain't texted back, you know.
You having a laugh?
Nah, bro, she needs to text back, man. Like, it's been 2 days, blood.
Jules, there's plenty more fish in the sea, you muppet. Come on, suck it up.
Oh yeah, Jules, baby. Maleek Berry. Up on this one.
Everyone in my family always knew that I was gonna go into music one day. So for me, for my parents, it was just a case of Maleek, graduate uni, finish uni, then you can go and pursue your music career, whatever you want to do. Obviously, growing up in London, I just wanted to. I didn't want to go to uni. I just wanted to do my music and just. I was fortunate enough to live in an area where there was a lot of successful people from like grime, garage music, like Soul Solid crew. They didn't live too far from me. They're like this garage crew, old school garage crew in UK, and they were very successful. So I was seeing them in secondary school, growing up, making loads of money, driving fancy cars. So I always wanted to do that. But my parents weren't even having it, man. I was like, oh my, better finish school. So that was the main reason why, I stuck at it. And I got 2-1, which wasn't too bad.
See this bad girl looking at me face. Right now me I go investigate her. Right now, nah. You look like you had a long week, girl. I can put your mind at ease, girl. Let your head down, come roll with me. That's all you need, baby.
Raised by a mother who combined parenting with sponsoring herself through school, Maleek at different times had to move homes. He spent 4 years in northern Nigeria, after which he lived in Lagos and Ogun State for another 2 years. By the time he eventually returned to London, he already had Nigeria ingrained in him.
I experienced the best of both worlds, coming from a good home, but at the same time living in an inner city in London. So I was able to see people struggling, and I had a little dose of that myself. My mom, she's a lawyer by trade, and when she pretty much sold all of her possessions or whatever to study law. And that was always a dream. Her mum was pretty well off you know, but she didn't want any of her mom's money, so she sold a lot of stuff, and we had to live, you know, quite hard for a couple of years, you know, our younger years when I was in secondary school in London, and you know, I had a great experience, man. I wouldn't trade my childhood for the world.
In 2010, he got introduced to then upcoming pop singer Davido. His connection to the HKN creator would later inspire a new direction in his music.
Anyway, you go down low, baby girl, you want me to sing now. Hey, I know you know me now. Oh yeah, Joe, Joe, Diva. Oh yeah, Joe, Joe, Diva.
It goes back to 2010 when I got introduced to this young boy who was not so famous then. Very loud, very ambitious. He goes by the name of Davido. And I got introduced to him through this girl that used to go to my university, which happens to be his cousin. And you know, she was like, yeah, I've got this, you know, my young cousin, he's into music, he's just like you, but younger, he produces, he's an artist, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, man, I don't have time for this kid, man. He better be dope, or better be good. So she sent me some of his music, and I was blown away. Like, from such an early age, the boy was already mixing and mastering his own music, mixing and mastering his own songs, you know. So we built a relationship from like 2010, and you know, we continued that relationship. And I came out to Nigeria in 2011. So that was the first time me coming back since I was a kid, since I left when I was 6. So that was a surreal experience. So yeah, that was, I say, from 2010. That's when I started working with David. You know, that was the, you know, early stage of me attempting to make Afro beats or whatever. But you know, we've had the Don Jazzies, we've had the D'Banjis, the Mo Hits, and Two-Face, and seen what they've done, you know, in their era, which obviously inspired what we're doing now.
From Davido to Wizkid to Wande Cole and many other raving Nigerian artists, Maleek's brand gradually grew to become a household name in Nigerian music.
WCZ. Hey, Maleek Berry. Hola, it's the berries in the building. Oh, na 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 na. Oh, na 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 na.
In 2016, he released an extended play body of work titled The Last Days of Summer, clearly introducing himself as a performing artist as well. Now he has to compete with other artists for the beats he creates.
You say you want me love to the best time, you tell me say you don't want to waste time, you say them other girls have to stand in line, you tell me say they go watch.
Because I still struggle with it. You know, I still struggle with, should I send this beat to Wizkid or should I keep it to myself? Should I send this beat to Wande Cole? Should I keep it to myself? You know, but the good thing about the kind of music that I'm making now is that my sound is unique to me. So I know that if I make something for myself, I know it's tailor-made for me. I know how to make a Wizkid type of song. I know how to make a Wande Cole or Yemi Alade kind of song. You know, so as a producer, I know how to take off that artist, you know, hat and get into production mode or writing mode. When I'm a producer, I like to see myself as a servant. I'm serving, you know, I take away the pride. It's all about the artist, you know, and giving that artist a hit and helping that artist become a bigger star than they already are.
Last Days of Summer spawns a couple of impressive singles including Control and Echo Miami. The latter has caught the attention of another fast-rising singer, Tenny, who insists on having a freestyle session on the track.
For me, I just see music as music. Music is music to me. It doesn't matter what genre. You know, I grew up listening to R&B, you know, a lot of R&B. You know, I had a rap group, but I grew up listening to R&B because my MTV was always on in my mom's house. You know, so we'd sit in front of the TV all day and watch MTV, watch award shows, you know, so I wouldn't, music is just music to me, you know, and now obviously I'm making music of African elements and Afrobeat elements, and you know, my whole brand of music is to just make this whole, what do they call it? A pot of soup of different sounds from, you know, all of my influences, you know, whether it's, you know, hip hop, R&B, grime, you know, from London, whether it's, you know, sounds from the States. I listen to South American music as well, and I try to just mix everything. And obviously I listen to a lot of old school Nigerian music as well.
Maleek Berry teamed up with superstar Wizkid to create the Starboy music imprint.
What Starboy has turned into now is amazing, because, you know, like I say all the time, 2012, you know, me and Wiz, we sat down and we had conversations about everything that's going on now, and to see everything happening, to see what he's doing internationally, you know, to what I'm doing internationally, to what Legendary Beats are doing on the production end, it's just amazing.
Them say them go throw me punch, but I swear them know the throw it. 20 man shot for that day if you cross my lane, oh way. All your man shot for that day if you cross my lane, no, you're back to the mat, open and close, touch your toes.
In recent times, Wizkid and his other good friend Davido have endured tense moments, which somehow leaves Maleek in the center.
I'm the kind of person, do you know the way I see these things? At the end of the day, if two brothers are fighting, it would not be wise to now go to one brother and be like, these guys are idiots, or these guys are, and go to that other one, this guy is stupid. Why did he say this to you? Because at the end of the day, they're gonna make up, and you're gonna look like the idiot at the end of the day. So it's best to just, you know, mind your own business, and that's what I always did. I never took sides. It's clear I have strong affiliations with Wizkid, you know, and me and David all started together as well. So even with like Wande Cole and like I'm close with so many different sets of people. I can't say, okay, I'm gonna go and, you understand? Obviously, I'm always representing Starboy, do you understand? But I'm mature, and you know, when two people are having issues or whatever, me, I always try and just just settle it, just, you know, I'm a peacemaker, I don't like wahala, you know, so that's just my own.
Within the past 4 years, Maleek's career has been on the rise. Today he watches as his beat becomes a coveted staple for raving acts in Afro music, but beyond that, he says he remains poised to take what's next on the horizon.
Fine face like Genevieve. Anything you want, I go be.